Thiruchitrambalam, Hara Hara Nama Parvati Padaye, Hara Hara Mahadeva, Sitsabesa, Sivasidambaram, Tenaruடைய சிவனே போற்றி இந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். எடுக்கும் அக்கதை தமிழ் செய்யுளாய் நடக்கும் மேன்மை நமக்கருள் செய்திட தடக்கை ஐந்துடை தாழ் செவி நீள்முடி கடற்களிற்றை கருத்துள்ளிருத்துவாம். உலகலாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலி வேணியன் அலகில் சோதியன் அம்பலத்து ஆடுவான் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவான். சைவத்தின் மேற்சமயம் வேறிலையதில் சார் சிவமாம் தெய்வத்தின் தெய்வம் இல்லனும் நான்மறை செம்பொருள் வாய்மை வைத்த சீர்திருத்தேவாரமும் திருவாசகமும் உய்வை தரச் செய்த நால்வர் பொற்றாள் எம்முயிர் துணையே. திளைவாளந்தனரை முதலாக சீர்படைத்த தொலையதாம் திருத்தொண்ட தொகையடியார் பதம் போற்றி உலைவர் புராண கதை உலகறியை விரித்து உரைத்த செல்வமலி குன்றத்தூர் சேக்கிழாரடி போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஆதாரமாகிய மாணிக்க வாசகர் பாதார விந்தம் பணிவோம் பண்டு செய்த தீதான பாவங்கள் எல்லாம் தீர்ந்து ஞானோதை வந்து குருடுமே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Dear devotees, welcome back to the Periyapuranam Discourse series. By the grace of the Almighty Lord Shiva, we are here today to think through the wonderful history of Emperor Upper Burman, Thirunavukkarasu Puranam. Let me pay my obeisance to the lotus feet of the Thiruchitrambalam and also the 57th party of Gomathinayagam Kalyanaguriyadina, Sivam, as well. By the blessings of the Almighty Lord Shiva, let's go ahead and get started with Emperor Thirunavukkarasu Puranam. So last week, we covered up to the point where Upper Swami reached Kailash, and then Swami asked him to immerse himself in a pond, Manasarovar, and Upper Swami immersed himself in the pond by chanting Thirukalaya Tiruthandagam, Vetragi Vinnagi Vindrai Poti Tiruthandagam, and then he emerged from the water in the pond of golden lotuses in Thiruvayaru. That pond is still there in Thiruvayaru. If you ever go to Thiruvayaru, it's called Upper Kutte. You must go there. He was overwhelmed, Upper Swami was overwhelmed by the grace showered on him by the Lord Shiva, because he came all the way from Kailash to Thiruvayaru in south. As he held his hand over his head, and there was a bright illumination, and Pungovil got transformed into Kailash. Because he got up and he could see, he had two different darshans. The first darshan is, he saw the whole world, all the living beings as Sivam and Shakti. That's the first darshan. The second darshan is the Mount Kailash darshan itself from the temple. Then he started going towards the temple by singing the wonderful song, Madar Prekanniya. Chitambalam. மாதர் பிறை கண்ணியானை மலையான் மகளோடும் பாடி போதொடு நீர் சுமந்தேத்தி புகுவார் அவர் பின் புகுவேன் யாதும் சுவடு படாமல் ஐயாறு அடைகின்ற போது காதன் மடப்பிடியோடும் களிறு வருவன கண்டேன் அவர் திருப்பாதம் கண்டறியாதன கண்டேன் அவர் திருப்பாதம் கண்டறியாதன He was seeing the living beings like deer, male deer, female deer, a cock and hen, and so on, everything else. All the female version of the human beings, he saw them as Shakti, and then all the male versions of other living beings, he saw them as Shiva. So he got the Shiva, Shakti, darshan through the human beings first, and then he started walking towards the temple. And then the temple, he held his hands over his head when he entered the temple. It was a bright illumination. And Thiruvayaru temple got transformed into a Kailash all of a sudden. Then the Emperor came, all Gananathas came, and then Parvati Devi and Lord Parameshwaran appeared seated on a gem-studded throne. And then Upper Swami enjoyed the great darshan of Mount Kailash from Kailash. It was Adi Amavasya day. David Cheklosan said he literally feasted on this rare sight of Kailash with his eyes. With his eyes, wonderful darshan. He fell down, he got up, he shed copious tears, he paid his obeisance. He lost himself. He literally had fallen into an ocean called the bliss of Shivananda. The scene of Kailash then vanished in a second from his eyes. And then he has realized his long cherished dream, and he realized his long cherished dream, and then he was very, very happy. He has composed a lot of remarkable padigams in Thiruvayyar. Then Upper Swami also went to Tirupundurthi. Tirupundurthi, he constructed a mutt, wonderful mutt. It's still there in front of Tirupundurthi temple. Then Samanta Burma, in the meantime, remember when Samanta Burma left from Marikade, he said, please stay here. I will come back victoriously. And he got the victory in Pandiyanadu. Then he managed to revive Shaivism. Nayanmar Nayanar became a Shaivite. The whole country became Shaivite. The whole country started following Shaivism. And then Thirunavukkarasu Swami was coming to Pundurthi. So as he was returning to Tirupundurthi after defeating the Jainism, and Upper Swami was there, and he heard about Samandar was coming, and then he came and joined the crowd of devotees of Samandar Swami Tirukuttam. He lifted the palanquin of Samandar, which we got Tirupallak, Muttupallak, gifted by Lord of Arathuri, Nilvail Arathuri. So Upper Swami lifted the palanquin of Samandar Burman along with his disciples. Then Thirunavukkarasu Swami reached Tirupundurthi. He was asking, where is Upper Swami? I am here. I am your servant. I'm holding you here. Then immediately, Shiva, please. Then Upper Swami said, Thirunavukkarasu Swami said, can you do that? You're Upper Swami, like my Upper. Then he said that both of them paid their respect and obeisance to each other. And then they went inside the Tirupundurthi temple and composed wonderful, lovely padigams. And Swami was sharing his experience with Upper Swami how things went in Pandiyanadu, and also the great service of Mangekkarasiyar, Kulachare Nayanar, Nayanmar Nayanar. Then Upper Swami was telling Thirunavukkarasu Swami about the wonderful experience he had in Tondainadu, Kanjipuram, Kalagastri, everywhere else. Then Upper Swami wanted to go to Pandiyanadu, Thirunavukkarasu wanted to go to Tondainadu. So both of them left for their own pilgrimage. Upper Swami reached Pandiyanadu. Nayanmar Nayanar learned about the visit of Thirunavukkarasu Swami, and he gave him a royal welcome. And Upper Swami stayed in Madurai for some time, and he went around the temples in Pandiyanadu like Thiruchitrambalam, Tirunelveli, and so on. And then he returned to Solanadu, Tiruppugalur. Tiruppugalur, he can wear Sundaramurthy Swami got the gold by singing Tamaye Pondiche Vesana. He actually got the gold before singing the song, but that was a temple. So in Tiruppugalur, Upper Swami was doing Ulavarapani, and he sang many, many wonderful padigams during this time. And Shiva wanted to show this world the greatness and detachment of Upper Swami from all the worldly attractions. Yes, one can attain the lotus feet of Lord Shiva only once we detach ourselves from the worldly pleasures. If you're stuck with carnal pleasures, we will be stuck in this world. We will not be able to go to Kailash. So he made what Swami did. He played a few holy pranks. He made rare precious gems appear in the areas leveled by Upper Swami in the temple. Upper Swami saw them and heated those rare gems in the same way he treated the gravel and pebbles, and threw them all into the pot. In Periyapuranam, Thiruchitrambalam says, Sembonnum Navamaniyum Senvilanga Anguviyum Umburviran Thirumundil Urul Parukkayudan Okke. So Upper Swami saw the gems, gravel, and pebbles in the same way. It's still a dirt that need to be removed from the temple. He threw them all into the pot. And then the next thing what Swami did was he sent divine, beautiful, he sent very beautiful damsels from Devaloka to Tirupur. So they appeared on the earth. They tried their level best to attract and seduce Upper Swami as much as they could. Anyone would fall into the trap because of their beauty and charm and the tactics they're trying. But it was all completely wasted with Upper Swami. They couldn't do anything. Upper Swami said, "You cannot do anything with me. You cannot seduce me because I am the slave of Thiruvarur Puchirangota Perumal. Thiruvarur Ammanuku Aalanin Alayen Minni." Then he composed a wonderful Tiruthandagam called it starts with Poimaya Perungadali Pulamban, a wonderful Tirthandagam. He actually prayed to the Lord of Thiruvarur from Tirupaguru, especially for this worldly pressure. So he remains unchanged. Then they gave up, the damsels, beautiful young women, they gave up, they paid their respect to Upper Swami. They went back to Kailash. So Lord Shiva just wanted to show the world how the detachment of Upper Swami from the karmic pressures. Upper Swami sang a few more songs, wonderful, a few other padiyams in Tirupur, that finally he requested the Lord to immerse himself into Shiva. He composed a wonderful song, Tirthandagam. That was his last Tirthandagam. Ishtabalam. எண்ணுகேன் என் சொல்லி எண்ணுகேனோ எம்பெருமான் திருவடியே எண்ணி நல்லால் கண்ணிலேன் மற்றுவோர் களை கண்ணில்லேன் களலடியே கை தொழுது காணின் நல்லால் உன்னுள்ளே 9 வாசல் வைத்தாய் ஒக்க அடைக்கும் போதுணர மாட்டேன் புண்ணியா உன்னடிக்கே போதுகின்றேன் பூம்புகலூர் மேவிய புண்ணியனே புண்ணியா உன்னடிக்கே போதுகின்றேன் பூம்புகலூர் மேவிய புண்ணியனே. Thiruchitrambalam. Upper Swami composed this wonderful padiyam. When he finished the 10th song of this Thirupadiyam, he got himself completely. Upper Swami finally cast down his mortal body in the month of Chitrai on the day of Sadaya Nakshatra, Chitra Sadayam, and he immersed himself with Lord of Tirupur, Agnishwara Brahma. He took his place in Kailash along with Lord Shiva. With that said, we have completed the wonderful, wonderful history of Upper Swami. Remember, in the very first song, Thiruchitrambalam said, "Thirunavukkarasu Nayanar Puranam." No one in this world would be able to completely price the fame of Upper Swami. Thirunavukkarasu. No one could do that because it's beyond the text and speech. But I try to do it with his blessings. That's how Thiruchitrambalam ended the story of Upper Swami in Periyapuranam. So there is a lot of things we need to learn from Upper Swami. Think about when Upper Swami became a Shaivite, and the Jain gurus went into a rage and tried to kill him in various ways. He strongly got a hold of the lotus feet of Shiva. They put him in king, kind of over. You won't even find any trace. But if you put anything inside, you won't even find any trace. But still, it became like a cool breeze, a nice garden. Similarly, when they tied him with a stone and threw him in the water, which is Kattunai Puchu Kadalil Pachin, Siva. So there's a lot of things we need to learn from Upper Swami. I would encourage all of you to read Periyapuranam because we just folded the songs in Periyapuranam, but we just tried to cover the very high level, very high level. So I hope you enjoyed Thirunavukkarasu Puranam by listening to it. Um, and do continue to chant Thirunavukkarasu Devarapati composed by Thirunavukkarasu Perumal. And we will continue our class next week. Thank you very much for being with us. Thiruchitrambalam. திருநாவுக்கரசு வள திருத்தொண்டென்னறிவாள வரிஞான தவமுனிவர் வாகி செவ்வாய்மெதிகள் பெருநாம சீர்பரவல் உருகின்றேன் பேருலகில் ஒரு நாவு குறை செய்ய உண்ணாமை உணராதே என்றும் இன்பம் பெருகும் மேல்வினால் ஒன்று காதலித்து உள்ளம் மூங்கிட மன்றுளார் அடியார் அவர் வான்புகழ் நின்றது எங்கும் நிலவி உலகலாம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஹர ஹர நம பார்வதி பதையே ஹர ஹர மகாதேவா. சிற்சவேஷா சிவசிதம்பரம் தென்னாருடைய சிவனே போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கு மறைவா போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். திருநின்ற செம்மையை செம்மையாக் கொண்ட எம்பெருமான் திருநாவுக்கரசு தேவநாயனார் மலர்ச்செவடிகள் போற்றி போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். எம்பெருமான் அப்பர் சுவாமிகள் மலரடிகள் போற்றி போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். திருநீலகண்டம்.